Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar, AI-powered innovations, exploring Lexzur's latest features and enhancement. I'm Elise Khouri, I'm the training manager here. I have also with us Caroline Brawad, our content manager. Hi Caroline.
Hello Elise, hi everyone.
We're excited to walk you through today how Lexzur's latest AI-driven tool and platform upgrades are transforming legal workflows.
Yes, Elise, you're right. So today we will be covering how our latest features, including Lexa, the AI-powered assistant, the automation hub, and the customizable task creation form, are designed to streamline operation, to improve efficiency, and of course, enhance the collaboration process. So let's get started. Okay, so just before diving into the features, let's briefly talk about AI in legal tech. So as you know, AI is reshaping how legal professionals are handling their contracts, tasks, and compliance. So by reducing, of course, the manual work, AI-powered tools are helping the legal teams by focusing only on high-value tasks.
Great. So with AI, the firms can automate routing processes, analyze data faster, and improve accuracy. So, and that's exactly what Lexzur's latest features are designed to do. So let's start with introducing Lexa, our AI-powered assistant, designed to enhance document review and compliance checking. So yes, I can now control the screen. Thank you, Caroline. Great. So I will show you, first of all, I will open one of the contracts that are available in my system. As you can see here, I've already opened the partnership agreement for Smith. So as you can see here, whenever you open it, under the details section and near to the name, we will have directly a purple icon called Lexa, as you can see here. So you can use it directly from there. If you click on it, it will redirect you to a page where you can access or you choose a document to work on from the documents that are related to the specific contract. So let's assume I would like to work on this document, this Word document, partnership agreement. So if I click on it, as you can see here, it will redirect me to a page where I have the option to select the prompt that works best for me. So we have different options, as you can see here. I can use, as an example, summarize this contract, identify missing clauses. So we have predefined prompts, as you can see here. Let's assume I would like to summarize the contract. So by just clicking here on the summarize the contract, as you can see here, we have now a quick summary of the key terms and obligations on the specific contract. I'll have the option directly from there. As you can see here, if you'd like to translate the summary to a different language, this is applicable. So let's say I would like to have it in French, in Arabic, in different languages, as you can see here. So in one click, it will appear directly in Arabic, as you can see here. Additionally, you have also the option, other than that, to ask Lexa. So if you didn't find the prompt that you'd like to work on it, you have the option to ask Lexa wherever you want. So let's say I would like to ask to identify, as an example, sorry. Let's say I would like to identify potential legal or financial risks in the contract. So now, if I click on enter, as you can see here, this is the potential legal and financial risk on the specific contract. And for sure, you have different options available as well, where you have the option directly from there. As you can see here, you have the attach icon. So I can attach any document. It can be from your computer, so you can upload it from your computer, or from Lexzur. So if you click on the from Lexzur, as you can see here, it will choose from the documents that are related to the specific contract. And you can just specify the document to redirect you directly to select the prompts and to ask Lexa wherever you want. This is the first option to work on Lexa, which is from the details or the main details that are related to the contract from the specific icon. Additionally, I have another option where I can directly, if I click on the attachments, as you can see here, now I can access all the attachments that are related to the contract. And now if I hover on a specific document, I'll have an icon here called Lexa, where it will redirect me to the same page, as you can see here. But it will open now the contract directly that I've already hovered on it. And this is it, where I can choose the same here. So I can translate, I can summarize, etc. Additionally, third option available there is that you can, if you right click on the same document. So now if I right click on a specific document, I'll have also Lexa, and I'll have the option also to two options here: translate with AI or summarize with AI. So by one click, if I click on the translate as an option, it will redirect me to a page and I can now choose the language. So let's say I would like to translate the document to Arabic as an example, to English, any language. As you can see here, all the languages are there. So let's assume I will translate to French. And as you can see here, this is it. I have now the document in French and I can save it directly to Lexzur. So if I click on the save to Lexzur as you can see here, you have two options. So I can save it as PDF or as a Word document. And for sure, it will appear under the documents that are related to the specific contract. You have also another option where you can download it directly from there. Same options apply. So now we took an example inside the contract lifecycle management in Contra. But the same applies if you are using Core. So now if I go through Core, open any of the matters or the cases that are available under my system, and same options will appear for me. So I can use Alexa in both Core and Contra.
Great, thank you, Elise. It is a powerful tool for sure, and as you mentioned, it will help the team a lot in summarizing and checking for compliance, highlighting key risks, etc. So helping them working faster and smarter. Now let's go to the second feature. So we'll talk about now the Automation Hub, your centralized control center for automation workflow.
So this features allows you to automate updates across cases, tasks, and contracts with expanded actions and advanced conditions, even supporting custom fields, Caroline. So for example, you can create an automation whenever a contract is created. Tasks or reminder will be created or specify a specific field like values or laws get updated automatically, eliminating the need for manual changes. This is very important.
Yeah, exactly. So as you mentioned, it's all about reducing manual tasks or repetitive tasks and manual work. Let's have a look now on how you can configure the automation rules within the system. So if you noticed, it's from the settings, it's now the Automation Hub. You can create the triggers from here. It can be based on, again, it can be based on any rule that you want to define. For example, upon the creation of a specific matter, litigation case, contract, task, or even setting a judgment. So this is the first condition, if you may say. So based on that specific trigger, I want to add different actions actions or another condition to be tested. So let's take this example. Let's say I want to create a rule for matter creation. So whenever a new corporate matter is created, this is the first rule, or this is the first condition to be tested. And then if that's true, or if whenever a new matter is created, I can directly add an action. So please tell the system to directly add an action or a then, which is adding a task automatically, automating reminders, or setting fields within that matter page. So it could be that simple, just whenever this condition occurs, if it's a matter or a case or a task, I want to add an action. Or if you would like to have a customized rule, so you can add the conditions that you need. So I can add as many if and else conditions so that the system will test all the criteria. If that's true, I will, for example, apply the then or the actions that are within the first if block. If not, we can test the second block, etc. So let's take an example. Let's say if I create a corporate matter, I want to add an additional condition so that let's say the first condition is that based on the type of that matter. So I want to check first if that matter is of a specific type. Let's say if it's a commercial corporate matter. So I've chosen the first condition based on the practice area. And then you can add another condition, for example, based on the matter, the client name, the value, who requested that matter. It could be based also on the channel, how you receive that matter. Is it from a portal, by email, within the system, etc. And of course, I can include any customized fields. So if we have some fields that we work on within that matter, you can include it as well inside the condition. Let's say I will take the client as an example. Okay, so if it's a commercial matter and the client is, for example, advanced solutions. So I've added these two conditions here. The condition here will be tested if all the conditions matches. Of course, if you'd like to work like one of these conditions, or at least one of the conditions should match, so you can choose this one, of course. Let's say this is the first condition or the first block. If this is true, if it's a commercial corporate matter and it is for a specific client, and I want them to add an action that tells the system to directly create a task. Okay, so the task here will be, for example, created automatically or based on this configuration. Let's say it will be due in 15 days. Of course, this will be calculated based on the date of the matter creation. It's let's say an expert meeting task. I want to assign it directly to the matter assignee. Let's say it's an expert meeting with ABC, for example, and that's it. I want to add also another action. Also, please set the field. Let's say the matter priority. This should be a high priority matter. Okay, so based on the first condition, I want the system to automatically set specific fields and add a task. Let's take another block or another condition. If this is not true, I will add here another condition. It will be also based on the practice area of that or the type of that matter. Let's say if it's civil in this case. Okay, again, I will choose the same client. If it's for advanced solutions, in the same way, I will be adding another task. Of course, it could be a reminder. Just let us take another example here. It's, for example, a reminder that will due in 15 days, 20 days, etc. It's a, let's say, personal reminder. It will be reminder to schedule a meeting, for example, and another action to set the fields. Let's say in this case, it's meeting. Okay, so this is an example. Of course, this rule, let us name the rule. It is, for example, solutions matters. Okay. So the rule is now enabled. It's now active. Whenever I create a new corporate matter, applying the conditions that we've mentioned, it will automatically create a task or reminder or set the fields accordingly. Okay, let's take an example. Let's say, okay, it's a civil and the client is Advanced Solutions. Okay, so this is the priority. And this is the reminder to schedule the meeting. Okay, it's automatically created at the level of the new corporate matter. Okay, now let's move to the last feature. Last but not least, we'll be talking about the customizable task form builder. So this is a game changer for task management. So within this feature, you will be able to create or customize the task form for different task types, allowing then the users to specifically fill out the fields that are relevant to their workflows only.
So exactly. So whether it is in core or the client portal, you can set up unique forms for different users. So for example, internal team may need detailed fields for casework, while client portal users only see the necessary fields for submitting requests.
Yeah. So let me show you an example. We'll be creating now two different, within the same task type, but two different forms. We will be configuring the forms at the core level for the core users and at the client portal level. So again, it's a core task form configuration, and it's separate from the core and the client portal settings. Let us start by the core configuration. So I'll be adding a new task form. It should be linked to one of the task types that we already have. And of course, we have some of the fields that it should be placed inside the form. Okay, so these are the mandatory fields that it should be added at the level of every form, and these including the task title, the assignee, the due date, and the requested by. But the idea here that, of course, you can configure what you would like to add. So any task fields or any custom fields at the level of the task can be added here, of course, in addition to configuring the fields properties. So let's take this example. I will be choosing the attached documents on Lexzur, for example. Let's choose this type. Let's say I want to add priority. Okay, so at the level of that form, I want the users to specify the priority of the task, the description. I can simply just click here to add it. I want also to add, for example, the attachments section where they would like to add or attach the files. And of course, here you can manage or relocate the fields as you need. You can, as I mentioned at the beginning, customize the field properties. So how you would like to customize that fields. If you would like to add a shorthand or a description to let the user know what this field about. For example, let's add here, for example, describe the task briefly. Okay, or if you'd like this to be a required or a visible or hidden field. Of course, as I mentioned before, some fields are mandatory. We can't remove them, but other fields, the fields that you added, you can manage if this will be a mandatory field or optional field to fill out while creating the task, in addition to its visibility. And of course, if this will be hidden or if you want to hide that field, you should add a default value. So let's say for the assignee, I want to add a default value. Whenever I create that type of task, it will be assigned automatically to Alice, for example. It would be of a high priority, etc. So let's save this. So for example, this is for the attaching documents on Lexzur from the core side. Okay. Let's do the same example, but for the client portal users. So again, from the client portal settings, okay, I will add a new configuration. So the same task type, attaching documents. Let's add, for example, again, the priority, the description. Let's say we can add an additional field here, the estimated duration, for example, the attachments, etc. Okay, so I've added the fields that I want. As you can see, it's the same. You can manage the field properties, what's required and what's not, the visibility, etc. So you can create it in the same way, and that's it. Now we've done from the configuration. I will hand it over to you, Elise, to show us how this will be, to show us this in action.
Yeah, just give me a second. So basically, Caroline already did the configuration for both the client portal and the core task. Now let's assume I will create a new task directly from the system. So I will click on the create task to redirect me to a page to specify, first of all, the type of the task. So I will use the example to attach documents that we already configured this with Caroline, sorry. As you can see here, whenever I specify the task type, the assignee is set by default because already in the configuration, Caroline already added Alice as the assignee by default. The priority is set to high. I just need to provide the details. Let's say here, documents, attached documents. Specify the due date, the fields that have been already added by Caroline, as you can see here, the description, attachment, and then create the task. Now, if I will try to add a task, so this is from the main menu. Now, if I will try to add a task from the client portal, because we have also did a configuration example for the tasks, add task creation for the client portal user. So now I'm in the client portal. As you can see here, I can access all the tasks. As you can see from the tasks tab, I can filter by specific task. And if I will create, or if I click on the add a new task and specify the task type, attach documents on Lexzur, which is the same type, as you can see here now, I have different fields. So I just need to specify the assignee, if this is a core user or client portal user. So I can just specify the due date, the requested by user. We have different fields that are available here in the new task form in the client portal versus the add new task form from the core. So here I will specify the details. Specify, maybe I would like to assign it to myself, the due date. I will set it to today, etc. So I'll add all the mandatory fields. Of course, as you can see here, we have some mandatory fields and optional fields. And now, whenever I create the task, it will appear under the list of tasks in the client portal. If this is assigned to a core user, it will appear directly in the main system with the green line. That means this is visible for the client portal user as well.
Yes, Elise, and just one more thing to add, even if you haven't configured any task form, there is a default form. So if you choose any task type, the user will be able to complete the task creation. So the default form will appear and you can directly add the task from the core or from the client portal.
Exactly. Great, then, Caroline, anything else to add for today's session before we switch to the next part, which is the Q&A?
No, that's all from our side.
Great, then let's wrap up our features walkthrough. Would love to answer any questions you may have, so please feel free to add all your questions in the Q&A section. So please, Victoria, if you have any question, please add your question in the Q&A. I think while waiting for the questions, I don't know if we will receive any question. Just for all of you to know that we're doing a webinar each month, so we're happy to have you here. Of course, we will be sending an email before the webinar just to register. And if you have any question, our team is always available to support you. So we have a dedicated support team that you can just ping them by email. So you can just send an email to support@lexzur.com, or if you'd like maybe to request training, anything from the customer success team, we have also a dedicated teams for this. I think, Caroline, we have a question from
Yeah.
Victoria.
It's about an example of the automation hub, how it's applied in contract management. So it's the same. Just let me reshare my screen to show you another example. Okay, so it's the same as we configure the rule for creating a matter. It's also applied for creating contracts. So let's say I will go again to the automation hub. Okay, let's say the first trigger you choose is the create or upload a new contract. So it's the same. So if you add a new contract or upload a contract or use the template, of course, you will be able to use the automation hub in the same way. If you want to add actions like tasks, reminders, or setting fields, it will be the same. Or if you'd like to add any condition, it will be also applied to the contract fields, of course. So the conditions here are from the contract page field or from the custom fields. And of course, the set fields are fields inside contract. So you can directly set fields like currency, value, country, applicable laws, so the fields that are related to contra. So it's the same, the concept is the same, but what differs is the fields that we use in the condition and in the actions. Okay. What do you mean for, we have another question, Elias. It's also about the automation hub. If this work for client portal users also, or only to current contract. So what do you mean if it works to client portal users?
So client portal user will have the option to request a contract or a matter, or what do you mean? Is it applicable whenever they create a contract or a matter from the client portal to add the tasks and the reminders directly?
Okay, so yes, it is. It's applicable. So whenever you receive any matter or contract, regardless of the channel you receive this this matter or contract from, so the automation hub will be applied. Okay, so the rule will be applied whenever a new matter or contract is received, whether it's from the client portal or you add it from the main system.
Any other questions?
You mean the reminders, if you mean the reminders that's configured using the automation hub, no, it's not for, it's only for the current contra users.
It's for the
It's
main
for now, yes.
users of the application currently, but
For
we're
now.
enhancing this, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Of course. Any other questions? I just want to add one more thing, Elise, that if there is any specific topic or if they do have any suggestions, any topic that they would like us to cover in the upcoming webinars, so feel free to send us. So we would love to hear your suggestions.
Just fill in the survey after this webinar. Just fill in the survey, add any topic you are interested in, and we're happy to assist. Great, and thank you, Caroline. Thank you all for attending today's webinar, and see you in the next webinar.
Thank you all.